Start tonight with breaking news out of Dayton, where an officer and a suspect are both injured after a shooting.
Dayton police report the officer is listed as stable. That suspect is in critical condition. That shooting happened at the intersection of Lakeview Avenue and Ingram Street in Dayton. Those streets now closed and blocked off at this time because of a large police presence there.
Yeah, we have 2 News reporter Caroline Morse live for us at that scene. Caroline, describe what you're seeing there and what you've learned about this situation.
Police have been here on scene for nearly 3 hours at Ingram Street after reports of an officer-involved shooting. Now, you can actually see behind me that there's still a heavy police presence as the investigation is underway. Now, we have seen Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, Dayton Police, Moraine Police, Riverside Police, and Sinclair Community College Police have all responded. Now, we haven't spoken to police yet here on scene, but they've been very active on Twitter, stating one officer and the suspect have been injured tonight. The officer is stable and the suspect is in critical condition. Now, we don't know the events that led up to the investigation yet, but once again, you can see a very heavy police presence here on scene. Now, Dayton police actually tweeted out they're going to be having a press conference here any moment, and we'll be live streaming that here on WDTN. Live in Dayton, I'm Caroline Morse, 2 News working for you.
All right, thank you, Caroline. This is also video from earlier tonight outside of Miami Valley Hospital. You see officers there standing on the sidewalk, as well as those police cruisers lining the street. Now, we did not hear officially from Dayton police that the officer was taken to Miami Valley Hospital. However, in situations like this, often police show up in support outside of the hospital, and we did learn that the officer is listed as stable, so we do know that the officer was transported. Again, that was the scene earlier tonight outside of Miami Valley Hospital, and as Caroline mentioned, we are awaiting a news conference with new information from Dayton police here, as you can see right there.
Yeah, this is a live look at the Dayton Safety Building, the back side of the Dayton City Safety Building, where we are expecting to hear from Dayton police here momentarily to give us some more details about this situation again tonight. Again, the confirmed details at this point are very few, and we are waiting in just moments to hear, assuming that we're going to hear from Interim Chief Matt Carper here in just a couple of minutes, and we're going to bring that news conference to you live as soon as they start that. We'll carry it live right here on the Dayton CW.
This all started to unfold around 7:30 tonight as we give you another live look here back at the scene of where this started. This is on Ingram Street. This is about 3 to 5 miles west of Miami Valley Hospital in the Dayton area. Police still there on the scene of the actual incident where the shooting took place. We're still waiting to find out what led up to that shooting, though we have learned the conditions of both the officer and the suspect involved. Situations like this can take several hours, even days, for us to get some of that body cam footage and to find out exactly what happened. Again, awaiting that news conference from Dayton police at the safety building. So they told us that would be at about 10 o'clock. As you know, as they're doing their police work, that can sometimes take a little bit longer.
Yeah, and as you look at the scene right here, again, this is the scene where the officer-involved shooting took place. As you can see, it's very much a scene that's under control right now. You see the police tape, you see that it's blocked off, you see some law enforcement presence there. Investigation well underway, but as you can see here, this scene is under control and has been, as we've been able to keep an eye on this scene now for over a couple of hours. This officer-involved shooting taking place just before 7:30 this evening.
Yeah, we also were hearing from people earlier tonight who saw police from various jurisdictions flying down the local streets heading to the Miami Valley Hospital area. So if you were in that area tonight, we have this scene here where the initial incident happened, and also the video we showed you just a little bit ago. There was a heavy police presence also outside of Miami Valley Hospital. So if you happen to be in that area tonight, you might have noticed the police right here had the cruisers lined up outside of the hospital. There were also police officers, as you see, lined up on the sidewalk there. As I said, they typically do this in support of a fellow officer as the investigation is underway. And anytime an officer is injured, again, the update that we got from Dayton police within the last Okay, sorry, my producer just telling us now that the police chief is on the way here to this news conference. So it sounds like we're just minutes away from getting some new information. Pretty limited in the details right now, though we do know the officer who was injured is listed as stable. The suspect involved here is in critical condition. But as to what played out there on the scene of that reported shooting tonight, that's something that we're still waiting to find out and learn here from the police chief as soon as he's ready to give us the update.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have that for you here in just a couple of minutes, and more about the officers showing up in their cruisers at Miami Valley Hospital, hearing it characterized as dozens of law enforcement cruisers that have shown up there. We're talking about many different jurisdictions throughout Montgomery County showing up to lend their support. Now, as for all the blanks that lead up to this, the unknowns that lead up to this, the details, we are waiting to hear that, and we're expecting to hear from Interim Chief Matt Carper of the Dayton Police Department here in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, hopefully, let's see, it's about 6 after 10 right now, so they told us at 10 o'clock we would get some new information. But again, if you're just now joining us, we're trying to gather some information here on a situation tonight, which started at 7:30. Being reported as an officer-involved shooting. As we know, whenever we hear that phrase, officer-involved shooting, it's unclear who fired the first shot. It's unclear what led up to the people being injured. But we do know it involves one officer and one suspect. Both of their conditions tonight, the suspect listed in critical condition. The officer, we are told, is stable. So we are working to learn more about the extent of those injuries for both the officer and the suspect. And obviously, live look here at the scene where this shooting took place. They still have crime scene tape up there and cruisers.
Okay, we're now hearing that it's going to be just a few more moments yet until we hear from the Dayton Police Department. When that news conference does start, we can get some details about what took place tonight. We will bring that to you in just a couple of minutes. Again, this all started just before 7:30 tonight. And terminology on this is important as well. Dayton Police Department saying the officer injured tonight on Ingram Street is stable. The suspect is in critical condition. They are both saying that they are both injured. Again, not saying the extent of those injuries at this point.
Yeah.